Hey guys, we're back with another video. Today we are heading to the world famous Moraine Lake here in Banff. So we need to get our hire car, drive to Lake Louise gondola, and then we get a bus to Moraine Lake. Unfortunately, they closed the car park a few months ago, so you can't actually drive there. So even if you've got a hire car, the only way to get to Moraine Lake is to get a bus that you have to pre-book in advance, and you have to pre-book the time that you want to get on there and pre-book the time that you want to get back. So like me and Hing, if you want to do a hike, it's a bit awkward trying to work out the times of everything. So anyway, we found a hike that we want to do, 8-kilometer round trip around the lake, and apparently the viewpoint at the top is going to be amazing. And also, because it's a bit of a hike to get there, we won't have the queues of people. If you saw my last video, we went to Peyto Lake and there was just so many people in the way of our videos, our photos, and basically you couldn't get a nice view of the lake just because everyone was there. Tourists like us were all in the way. So hopefully, because this hike takes a bit of time to get to, the viewpoint should be pretty clear and we should get a lovely viewpoint of the lake. If you do enjoy this video, please click that like button and that subscribe button. And we've got plenty more Canadian adventures coming up. We've got Lake Louise coming up in a few days, so I'll be sure to vlog that as well. So the hike we're doing today is called Larch Valley, and you get a view of the 6 glaciers which are near Lake Moraine. So we've got about 30-minute drive to Lake Louise, and then we get picked up by the shuttle bus, and then we get picked up again in about 7 hours time. So we've got plenty of time to get the photos and go on a few hikes around the lake and check out this beautiful, beautiful part of Canada. You see all the driving we've done and we're still on half a tank. Don't know if you can see that. Anyway, this car is bloody good on fuel. We picked up from Calgary Airport, and then it was an hour drive here, and then we've been using it every day for at least 3-4 hour driving time, and it's still half fuel, which is lovely stuff. So fair play, Nissan, you're holding up very well. So we've arrived at the Lake Louise gondola, which is where we get picked up for the shuttle bus. We've still got like half an hour, so we've got plenty of time. But obviously in the winter this is all snowy, and you can go skiing up on the mountains up here to the left. So this ski resort gets very busy, and from the photos me and Hing have seen, it looks amazing in the winter, but driving in it won't be as nice. In the hikes you're going to have proper specialist shoes and everything. But the views when it's snowing here looks immense. There we go, we're the other side of the lodge now, so you can see, you get the gondola, although no one's on it because it's about $50, 25 quid. But imagine if we just saw a little grizzly bear running across there. Would be pretty sick. And then they've got one of those little those little slope things that you can, like a toboggan thing, down the mountain as well, which would be pretty cool to do. So it is actually a Sunday that we're doing this hike, but Monday it looks a bit cloudy and rainy on the forecast, so we don't want to risk it. So we're going on a Sunday, which means obviously there's going to be more people here because it's a weekend, but hopefully because we're doing a hike out the way, we'll get the photos at the start, might have some people in, but by the time we're doing the hike, obviously it shouldn't be as busy. So hopefully it shouldn't matter too much that it's a Sunday, but we shall see. But I don't want to risk it on a Monday just in case it does rain, so it might be a quieter day tomorrow, or if it doesn't rain we'll get a hike in, we'll see what the weather's saying. Okay, so we've just got off the bus, so you're going to see my first impression of Moraine Lake in about 5 seconds time. We've got 2 hikes to do, so we're going to see it from higher up, but this is it from nice and low down. Pretty stunning indeed. Might all the tourists like me, but fortunately it's a little bit cloudy today, but hopefully you can see more of the blue when we get further up there. That's one of the viewpoints that we're doing. So the first viewpoint that we're going, or hike, it's not really a hike at all, it's called Rock Pile. So the driver said it takes 15 minutes to get there, 10 minutes to get back, and that's where, if you Google Moraine Lake, that's where all those photos are taken. Me and Hing just need to get really good at Photoshop and edit all the other people out of the shot, so we can get a nice shot of the water with people kayaking and all the mountains and that. But as I say, we are doing a longer hike, which hopefully won't see a load of people, so it should be a bit easier to get this shot. There we go, so we've done the hike, and look at that, looks so much bluer up here. As I said, unfortunately there are a lot of people in the way, but look at that. that's the shot. That's it, that's it, that's it. Look at the colour. Absolutely unreal. And just got a photo without anyone in. Oh my god. So we've gone a bit higher now, so there we go. Look how blue that is. Unfortunately, it is a bit cloudy, as you can see, but it's still absolutely stunning. This place, this and Lake Louise, have been on my bucket list since before I started travelling like 3-4 years ago. So to say we're finally here is pretty insane. And as I say, we're going to get better views on the hike when there's not all these people around, but still, just look at the colour of the lake. You've got all the mountains with the glaciers on the top as well. Just perfection. What a place. Look at that, we found the spot with no one in. Just unbelievable. We've got people kayaking over there. You've just got the trees, got the mountains. I'd say we are doing a hike, but we found this viewpoint, and we thought there'd be more people over. You saw yesterday in the vlog, Pato Lake, so many people there. Whereas here, which is a more famous lake, and it's a weekend again, less people, thankfully, but stunning. What a place, and I'd say we've got a hike to do now, but I had to come here for the views and the photos first. These chipmunks are Alvin, call him Alvin. But that was amazing. As I say, we're going to start the hike now, but we managed to get plenty of photos with no one in the background, which I thought would be mission impossible, but it was actually. Photos and the video came out really good. Shame it's a bit cloudy. It doesn't make the lake pop as much as yesterday over at Pato Lake, but not much we can do about the weather. But as I say, like, look at that. Just gorgeous. The UK cannot compete with anything like this. Just, there's a reason why it's world famous. It's just stunning, minus the people, of course, but just beautiful. So this is where you get the kayaks from. You get them just that bit there. Well, that's some peaceful down here. I said because it's cloudy, it doesn't look. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it looks more blue when I've edited it, but it doesn't look as turquoise as the other lakes. But still, absolutely stunning views. Here we go. When group acts as mantra, you must travel in a group by 4 or more. Oh, it's recommended, so we're okay. Let's hope we don't come across a grizzly bear too close to us. But the hike we're doing, yeah, it's 4.2 kilometres, so shouldn't be too long. The one we did yesterday was 4k, so it's pretty similar, and that was about 2.5-3 hours, so shouldn't be too bad. But this place isn't as busy at the viewpoints because obviously you have to get here via transit. You can't just drive here, so it actually makes when getting the photos and the viewpoints and those hikes not as busy, thankfully. So it's only probably a matter of time before all the lakes around here do the same, just to stop all the traffic congestion. But we're going to find a bear. I've got faith. I've got faith. So this is our 3rd day in a row worth of hikes. The first one, the Halling Trail, it was about 6 hours. Yesterday it was about 3 hours, but it was also a 4-hour drive as well. And then this one should be about 3 hours. So I can already feel in my cars, but this one looks fairly steady, so it shouldn't be too bad. According to my step counter on my phone, which I know isn't very accurate, but every day for the last 3-4 days we've done 20k steps, because before Banff we were in Toronto walking around and Niagara Falls and that, so I've done a lot of steps, which makes up for the beer that I have every night. Burnt those calories already. I'm owed those calories, and oh my god, it's Niagara Falls 2.0. You can see the sun, it's finally coming out. Hopefully it stays out because it's not cold, but the photos look obviously way better if the sun's out. So hopefully, for the sake of Instagram, the sun stays out for the rest of this trail. We've both got a bit of a twat tan from the hikes over the last few days, and I've been bitten by a mosquito on the side of my head, top of my head, and on my neck. What is it, bloody mosquito? Probably the ones that are on the trees while doing these hikes, but yeah, hopefully keep topping up this term. So this is what I've got lunch today. We've got a turkey and Monterey Jack sandwich from a shell garage next to the hostel. So hopefully, we had one yesterday and they weren't too bad. So we'll see what this mighty sandwich is like. Look, when I invested in this tripod, this is the only reason to watch me eat a shell garage sandwich in the middle of the woods in Canada. It's the only reason, you know. I've got my money's worth already, but I'm hoping This sandwich isn't too dry. Yesterday we had lunch at 5 p.m. because why not? But it wasn't too bad. So we'll see what the old cheeky turkey sandwich is saying. This could be their food if I don't like it. It's a bit bland, but it's food. It's food, so it's edible at least. So I was just saying to Hing, do we actually see much of the lake yet? And I don't know if you can see. Peeping through the trees, you can see some, and it looks way bluer from where we were along, you know, where the kayaks bit was, and where we got the photo. So, hello. Hi. So it definitely looks more blue the further we get up. So hopefully, right at the top of the viewpoint, or this hike, it should be a really good spot. But yeah, you can see it slightly through the trees now. We're gaining elevation. So the switchbacks on this trail are now getting shorter, which hopefully suggests we're near the top. We started the trail about an hour ago, so hopefully in the next 20 to 30 minutes we're at the top bit. It's not a circle, so you do come down the same way as we're going up, but it's a lot quicker going down. But yeah, the sun is firmly out and it's just gaining elevation slightly. But it's quite a popular trail. We've seen quite a few people on it. There's some people with like proper hiking gear and the poles and like a tent or something attached to them. So Ping said you can hike from Lake Louise to Lake Moraine. It'll take a bloody long time, but I think a few people have been doing that. So we're now veering towards the right. So Moraine Lake's behind me, so we're sort of veering round. I'm not sure if it again does the switchbacks or it just loops back, but we just passed an Irish guy and he said about 15 minutes till we're there, so not too long now. And this bit's a bit more level, as you can see, so it's a bit easier on the old legs. So it looks like we're in the land of the Christmas trees here. Forget going to B&Q or Homebase to get your Christmas trees, just come to Moraine Lake. They're bloody everywhere, look at them all. But anyway, we must be near the top. Look, it's flattened out very much, you know. We're just gonna have a bear right behind one of these trees. I know I keep badgering on about them, but it's wishful thinking of it, but I want to see one. But we're just surrounded by the mountain peaks. Can't even see Moraine Lake. Look, we can't even see the mountain behind it. It's all fogged over, but views. So we've got to the point where, as you can see, it is all opened up, and apart from us talking, it is just silent. You just don't get silence like this in the UK. This is just silent. Apart from the slight waterfall at Moraine Lake behind me, it's just beyond peaceful. Honestly, if I lived in Canada, just get your car and just drive somewhere like here. Just take it all in, honestly. I love hikes and all this nature and stuff. It's just so peaceful and good for you as well. Stumbled across this waterfall to the left of the trail, so I've just gone off a bit of the trail, but look how beautiful all of this is. Gorgeous. Tell you what though, I was getting absolutely bitten alive by flies and mozzies, so hopefully no lasting marks, but anyway, really nice. Near a load of mosquitoes. So that Irish guy said 15 minutes, so it's now been 40, and we've sat down once in that time, so 35 minutes. Unless he was taking the most biggest strides. Not sure where he got 15 minutes from, because bloody hell, keeps going on and on. There is a sign in front of us though, so hopefully that gives us a bit more clarification of how long left. You can see it's really opened up, and I don't know if you can see on the mountain on our right there is a zigzag path there. There, which we are not on, thankfully, but no signs, no help. Where? How far are we? God knows. Could be 10 minutes, could be an hour. We'll find out hopefully in 10 minutes. I'm definitely going to jinx it, but over this little mountain I think we will see the lake. Yes, there it is. There we go. Look at that. So you can see Sentinel Pass is the one in the distance, that little zigzaggy. I'm not doing that. You see people right at the top. It's another 40 minutes up, 40 down. Nope. Would have been going for 2 hours. That's another hour and a half down. But there we go. We made it to the lake. There we go. Another hike halfway done. Let's hope I don't set my ankle all the way down. There's another hike up to the top bit. Larch Valley. There we go. And that is going to be freezing water, but it looks very nice. Woo. Another hike down. So there we go. Another hike done. We really are just, yeah, nestled in the valley between all of the various mountains. You can see quite a few of them. We've got the snow and the glaciers on the top. You know, a little chipmunk making some noise over there as well. But we did it. Woo! Right, I'm gonna see how cold the water is. This is where I fall in. This will be on you being brave. It's supposed to be absolutely freezing. Oh, that would be relaxing, right? That would actually be relaxing. Shame I've not brought my swimming trunks in, but that is good enough to drink if it wasn't stagnant. Wouldn't have 4 kilometres in 2 hours. That sounds quite quick, that does. But anyway, Sentinel Pass another 1.2k up the old zigzag up there. And Lake Louise is 15k from here. There we go, another hike done. As I say, really nice views. We've got some really good photos sitting on the rocks here as well. And this is, considering we're at the end of the trail, nice and peaceful as well. When it's an 8.4, then we've made bloody good time. So I don't know. We'll check what the step counter says when we get to the bottom, and we'll check on all trails or something to see how long this hike actually was. But anyway, good views. Yeah, as I said, it's a shame that it isn't sunny, but at least it's not rainy, so it could be worse. It's not cold. It's still like 20 degrees. It's just obviously a little bit cloudy. But another good hike down, and hopefully it should only take about an hour to get to the bottom. Most of it before we get down into the woods is fairly flat anyway, so it should make some good progress and get down to the bottom, probably grab a coffee, or I'd say hire a kayak, but they're $160 for an hour. That's £80 plus taxes, so it'd be like £90 to sit in a kayak for an hour, which anywhere else in the world, like we've just done our Central America trip, if that was in Guatemala or Belize, they'd charge maybe £10 for an hour. £80–90 for an hour is ridiculous, bearing in mind it's a kayak. They're not having to use fuel or anything, they're just recycling the same kayak, but hey ho. Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. All the hikes are obviously free, so we'll save money that way. But yeah, hopefully it's 3:15 now, so see how long it takes to get down. I reckon we'll get down by 4:15. So we've been making really good progress. We've been going back down for about half an hour. We're already in the bit where it's back amongst the thick trees, so we've already gone past the Christmas tree bit and the valley bit, and yeah, now we're going back down into the foresty bit. And this bit, most of it is steep, but it does flatten out, and then we get to the bit where it zigzags back and forth, so hopefully it should be down in about half an hour or so. You can see the sun is coming out a little bit, and to your right, there we go, we can see Moraine Lake again. Woo! But even when we get down to the bottom, we've still got hours before the bus. A cheeky photo. So have time for a little coffee and a little walk around, have a look at the gift shop for something really overpriced probably, and yeah, just chill out until our bus in a few hours time. On today's snack, we've got some strawberry live wires, artificial flavours, no shit Sherlock, cream cable candy. Is this going to be a hit or a miss? We'll find out. Strawberry pencil in it. I've got to be bigger than that, that's what she said. That is so rubbery. No, that is rubbery as. Come on. That's absolutely grim. Yeah. There we go, which made it to the bottom of the lake. Only took an hour down, and should be a bit quieter now, so hopefully we can get some few videos of the lake. But the bus doesn't set off for like 2 hours, so we've still got plenty of time. But I don't know, I reckon that might be looking a bit bluer than Thank you, yeah, see you later. I think that lake is looking a bit bluer than earlier. I'm just going to go to this bit where it opens up. I have a feeling, probably just me because I've not seen it properly in about 4 hours time. I reckon that's a bit of bluer. Oh, look at that. Oh, what? I'm not bored of this view yet. Look at that. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Definitely looking bluer than earlier. It's not as cloudy either, maybe that's why. Obviously it's later in the day, but it's just... Honestly, I'd get a kayak. If it wasn't $160, I'd definitely get a kayak. Just unreal, absolutely unreal. Moraine Lake, fair play. Fair play. You've lived up to my expectation. Yes, Moraine Lake, you have been amazing. We head to Lake Louise in 2 days, so tomorrow it might be raining, so we might not be hiking tomorrow. We'll find out. If it isn't raining, we're going to go to Yoho National Park, which is another cool place with a few hikes, small hikes that we're going to do tomorrow, because today we've done 8 kilometers, yesterday about 6, day before 6, anyway, quite a lot of hiking. But yeah, in 2 days we're off to Lake Louise, so more hikes, more amazing famous lakes. So if you are enjoying the videos, please click that like button and click that subscribe button, and we'll have more adventures soon. But I will film a bit around Banff when we get back. As I say, we've still got 2 hours to the bus, so this isn't the last clip you see. But look at that backdrop, absolutely amazing. As I say, now we're further on in the day, it's definitely looking more of that turquoisey colour that you see on Google as well. So yeah, it turns out, as you can see here, that Larch Valley Trail was 4.5 kilometres one way. So we've just done a 9k hike, cheeky. Hour or 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours one way. To be fair, on the way back we only took an hour. It was only 520 metres, so it wasn't that tall. The one we did the other day was like 2,400. That's what I meant to say. But that's what we're supposed to say. But hey ho, there we go. Another 9 kilometre hike done when we thought it was going to be a 4. Definitely underestimated that. But anyway, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the lake is looking as blue as my top, which is great. But anyway, yeah, we've got like an hour and a half till our bus, and then off to Banff we go. So you can see on the map, we started here, and then we hiked to there. So here's all the little cheeky switchbacks, and then that's where it sort of opens up, and that's where we ended. And then the central pass ends there, and you get the view over that way. So we went from there to there, only about 3 hours round trip, 9 kilometres, but really, really good hike. Up by Mozzies now, it's Mozzie time of the day, but we got some more really good photos by the lake earlier, and now we're just waiting for the bus back to Lake Louise. Now we need to drive about half an hour back to the hostel. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click that like button and click that subscribe button. These vlogs are doing really well so far in Canada, and as I said, we're off to Lake Louise in the next video, or possibly Yoho National Park, depends what the weather's doing. But anyway, thank you guys for the support so far, and honestly, really, really good day again today. The views of Lake Moraine were amazing, and although it was cloudy, the photos looking back have just been amazing, and that hike was really good. I'd say we didn't know it was going to be 9k, but it was got down with plenty of time, and our legs weren't hurting, because this is like our 3rd day in a row doing a hike, so that's all good in the hood. But yeah guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.